Hey guys, what's going on? It's Destined to Kill here. And honestly guys, it's been about 9 months since I last sat down and spoke to you guys and done an actual commentary on a topic. And I just think, it's the right time to do that, since DayZ has had a lot to showcase at Gamescom this weekend, showing a lot of stuff about the beta process and how that's going, and also letting people get hands on with it. So I just want to sit here and talk about some of the things that I personally am hyped for, and things that looks very good about DayZ 6.3 so far. So let's get into the video. Okay, so now the first thing that I noticed is that the kick in the sway looks a lot more realistic and controllable. It doesn't look too much to the extreme like it has been in recent updates, and not too much altered to sort of being that easy like it is in a concurrent update. Now what I mean by that is like you can run, through the full map, and it'll take like what, 30-20 seconds to get your breath back. And I know it's annoying when you can see like a full squad standing still and you're lying there getting your breath back, but I just think there should be at least some sort of skill to shooting still with having full sway. And I feel like that in this update, but in 6.2, it just doesn't really look that too hard, if I'm being honest, compared to recent updates. Like me personally, last update I could never shoot on full sway, but in this update I've got a couple of kills on full sway, and it just doesn't really seem too hard to fight it. And talking about fighting the kick in the sway, in that video that I seen in the DayZ standalone community page, links of the page will be in the description below. Both got great moderators and admins, really good page to be in if you're a DayZ enthusiast. But in that video where they were showing off the new sway, when he was fighting against the kick in the sway, it did look really, realistic and controllable, and it just looks, a lot better and more smoother. But that obviously comes along with the new player controller as well. Now the second thing that I am hyped for is the crosshair. I personally don't really like the smiley face, is that people are calling it, and honestly after putting 1,000 hours into the game, I still haven't mastered the hip firing with it. And I think the new one, with it being a standard actual crosshair, I think it's going to make hip firing a lot more easier than it currently is, but still, like, it's going to be the same course, you know what I mean? Once you master the smiley face, which obviously a lot of people have, hip firing is just going to be easy with a new crosshair it is with a concurrent one. So that's what I think about that. I've seen a lot of people saying that there shouldn't be a crosshair in the game at all, and I can see where they're sort of going down that route with it, with it being actually realistic and having nothing on your screen at all. But I just think, hip firing, it's obviously going to come into play if having a crosshair. It has in every other video game, and I think not putting a crosshair on that and basically just using hindsight is a bit too realistic. Now the camera angle looks a lot more fluid, and instead of having to switch between third and first person to pick up loot or see what certain aspects of the loot is, it looks like that you can literally just wiggle your mouse to a certain part and it will just automatically zoom into it and in the house. And that's something that I do like, because what I found most of the time is that switching between first and third person, especially when you're running into the single story red and green houses, it just seems to be like very pain in the arse just to loot them, even in first person, especially in third though, because like it just feels like you're very squished in those houses when in third person. But obviously with that camera you're going to be able to zoom in to every single part of the house to pick up certain parts of the loot. But since you're on to the topic about the camera, I want to talk about the new running animation and what the camera actually does. Now this is something that I am not a fan of. Honestly, I absolutely hate this aspect. I don't even know why they've changed it. But practically when you sprint, the camera zooms in and shakes, and it not just only does that when you're sort of walking around. Don't know if you guys have noticed, but it seems to be more of an over the shoulder camera, and when it's zoomed in it is really over the shoulder when you're sprinting. And what I'm just thinking is that a lot of the people that play DayZ, they don't just jump on like casually and jump on for, say, a stupid hour and a half. They will literally jump on and play the game for like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, probably a lot more. And I think with you running around, because that's what majority of the time you do in DayZ, is just sprint from town to town and area to area and find PvP and try and survive the longest. I think that shake on the camera is going to be quite annoying. Like even me just watching the videos, it pissed me off just looking at it, and it'll probably give people more motion sickness than anything else. Like constantly, up and down. It's like running in 1pp with head bob on. So I really hope you can turn that off, or turn the shake off and center your camera, because that is just totally annoying. And one of the worst things is I just don't even know why they would change that. Like, there's currently nothing a matter with the current running animation and the current way the camera is when you're running, so I don't know why they'd sort of go and ruin that. It looks very like something that Ghost Recon would do. So I really hope that you can change that or sort of turn the shake off in some way, shape or form by turning head bob off or something like that. Now finally, base building. Honestly guys, when UKR had their servers and I played with them quite a bit, that's all we used to do. We used to run onto the wireless server and build a massive base. Now that was just hiding barrels and running back for loot and doing loot runs. But I think now, like, fully being able to build an actual proper base where you can actually protect your gear, like legit protect it and hide it properly, that just seems just so much more cooler than running to certain parts of the woods and hiding barrels and bushes. So I honestly cannot wait for DayZ 6.3. I honestly think it's going to be the update that brings it back. I've seen a lot of people saying, but is it too late? Now, honestly guys, with alpha games, it's going to be like a rocky road. It's going to be up and down, and finally, with this beta stage, and hopefully we can stay up instead of keep going down. So now guys, that's pretty much just wraps up the video, but seriously guys, this is a big turn for DayZ through the recent progress, you know what I mean. It's been quite bumpy, like I've already said, over the past few months, and other than that guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next one.